Get ready to experience home theater like never before. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of AV receivers to find the absolute best for 2025. We'll compare features like power output, surround sound capabilities, connectivity options, and ease of use to help you choose the perfect receiver to elevate your entertainment system. From immersive surround sound to crystal clear dialogue, we'll uncover the receivers that will transform your living room into a cinematic masterpiece. Let the audio journey begin. Number 5. Marantz Cinema 30. Marantz hits a home cinema hat trick with the Cinema 30, earning full marks in the sound, build and feature departments. Much like its sister brand, Denon, it's been a long time since we reviewed a Marantz home cinema receiver, so we were pleased to see a new model grace our home cinema testing room. It helps that it's also an exceptional AVR. Much like the above Denon, this AVR outshines a previous award winner, with a shared agreement across the What Hi-Fi AV team said that we would rather have the Cinema 30 than the AVR 31. Features-wise, the Cinema 30 has 7 HDMI 2.1 inputs that support up to 8K/60Hz or 4K/120Hz signals with VRR, ALLM and QMS supported across the board. It's worth noting that these ports aren't the full 48 gigabits per second bandwidth options, but slightly lower 40 gigabits per second sockets, although that's more of a future-proofing issue than anything. This AVR also supports HDR with both the Dolby Vision and HDR10+ dynamic formats included. Wireless connectivity is also stellar, with Bluetooth, Apple AirPlay 2, Amazon Music HD, Spotify Connect, Tidal and Roon all supported. HEOS, Denon and Marantz's in-house developed streaming platform, is also included, alongside an on-screen system that guides you through the setup of this amplifier. The Cinema 30 supports 11 channels of amplification which can be configured in up to a 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos system without the need for an additional power amplifier. Marantz quotes 140W of power per channel, however, that figure relates to 2 channels driven, not the full 11. Sound is, of course, the most important and the Marantz delivers here in droves. We commended its smooth, refined and controlled sound that packs a punch when required. It can deliver a seriously large-scale and spacious sound too, without sacrificing precision. It's pricey, but if you want a high-performing and feature-rich AV amplifier, then the Marantz Cinema 30 is easily one of the best on the market. Number 4. Denon AVC-X6800H. Denon has spent an uncharacteristically long time away from our AV testing room, as we become accustomed to new launches annually from the esteemed home cinema and hi-fi brand. Thankfully, it made a sensational comeback with the AVC-X6800H this year, which has earned it a second spot on this list. Outshining an award-winning AVR is no easy task, and yet Denon has improved upon the AVC-X6700H in every area that counts. That's to say it's an upgrade in both the features and sound department. Starting with features, Denon has upgraded from one HDMI 2.1 socket on the previous model to a full suite of 7 on this latest iteration. This comes with all the expected benefits, 4K/120Hz, VRR, ALLM, as well as lesser-seen features such as quick media switching. Alongside this is a comprehensive set of streaming features, including Denon's own HEOS system, Spotify Connect and Amazon Music HD. Furthermore, Denon has introduced a new high-definition on-screen user interface, which makes setting up and operating the Denon a dream. The AVC-X6800H features 11 channels of amplification, with processing for up to 13. That means you can connect a full 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos surround sound system to this AV amplifier without the need for an external power amplifier. This makes it a convenient one-box solution for clutter-conscious AV enthusiasts. On to the most important factor, sound quality, and the good news is that the Denon is equally talented. It delivers a rich, full-bodied sound with plenty of dynamic punch, while also remaining controlled and well-balanced. Surround effects also travel cohesively between the channels with a convincing spatial effect and no noticeable gaps, while the Dolby Atmos height channels provide a pleasing overhead audio experience. While we could make a case for the Denon not producing the most natural or revealing sound, sometimes it rounds off effects in favor of warmth and richness. For example, it does inject a lot of fun into your home cinema viewing experience. Number 3. Arcam AVR5. Arcam's entry-level AVR takes the best mid-range spot on our list, and while that may sound like a contradictory statement, it makes perfect sense in the context of the wider market. It's a step up in terms of price compared to the Sony and Denon offerings that preceded on this list, but it's also a step up where sound is concerned. The AVR5 lacks a few features, namely HDMI 2.1, sorry gamers, and a built-in calibration system, but it's got the basics nailed down. The 7 HDMI input support 4K 60Hz pass-through signals with HDR10, Dolby Vision and HLG support on top. HDR10 Plus is unfortunately absent. It features 7 channels of amplification which supports up to a 5.1.2 or 7.1 system, although the AVR5 can natively decode up to 12 channels of Dolby Atmos audio. If your system is any larger, you'll need to pair this AVR with the Arcam PA410 power amplifier, which comes at an extra cost. Those shortcomings can be overlooked though, as this Arcam excels when it comes to delivering a sensational movie in music sound performance. This makes the AVR5 an ideal step up for those who want a more nuanced and refined amplifier, or those who value authenticity when it comes to cinematic sound. Its agility and pinpoint accuracy make for an engaging performance, which means the Arcam outperforms AVRs that well exceeded in the price department. Number 2. Denon AVR-X2800H. The winner of the entry-level AVR price category in the 2022 What Hi-Fi Awards, the AVR-X2800H is one of the most affordable models in Denon's Premium X range, sporting 7 channels of amplification and 7.1 ch of processing. It can be configured to drive a 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos or DTS-X system. But those without vertical channels can take advantage of its onboard DTS Virtual X and Dolby Atmos height virtualization technologies. Despite being an entry-level amp, the HDMI board on the AVR-X2800H has been upgraded from its predecessor to include 3 HDMI 2.1 ports capable of 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120 Hz video pass-through at up to 40 gigabits per second. The 3 remaining HDMI 2.0 ports have a bandwidth of 18 gigabits per second, but all inputs boast 4:4:4 chroma subsampling and compatibility with various HDR codecs, including HDR10, HDR10+, Dolby Vision and Hybrid Log Gamma, HLG. Gamers are well looked after, with VRR, QFT, ALLM and FRL, frame rate link, on board for a smoother playing experience. Elsewhere there's also 8K upscaling offered on all inputs and eARC, enhanced audio return channel, to supply uncompressed audio via a single HDMI cable. Released in 2022, the AVR-X2800H has had a sonic retune and offers users a more responsive, coherent and spacious sound than some of the brand's older models. It retains Denon's signature authoritative weight but refines and balances it with a bolder top end that can do better justice to both music and movies. Its onboard room calibration software and modernized full-screen interface make it relatively easy to use and well-equipped. While the Denon AVR-X2800H is an excellent choice, especially at its more reasonable price point compared to other entries on this list, it's worth pointing out that the performance gains offered by the Sony TA-AN1000 are worth forking out that little bit extra for if you can afford it. Number 1. Sony TA-AN1000. Sony is finally back in the AV amp game with the TA-AN1000 home cinema amplifier. It's been over 5 years since the Japanese tech giant graced us with its serial award-winning STR-DN1080 AV receiver, which took Home Product of the Year in 2017 and 2018, the year in which it also entered into our Hall of Fame, and it held a firm place on our awards lists until 2020. So surely a new AV amp from Sony is a cause for celebration. While this certainly is the case with the new TA-AN1000, we first find ourselves confronted with some awkward questions. Although it looks almost identical to the DN1080, why is it double the price? Also, why does the US have an extensive AVR range consisting of 5 new models while the UK only gets this one model after we've waited so patiently for nearly 6 years? Finally, does the AN1000 live up to its lauded predecessor? While we can't answer the first 2 questions, we can shed light on the third, and thankfully it's good news. Sony has caught lightning in a bottle once again, with the TA-AN1000 sparking the same magic as DN1080 but at a higher price point. Its crisp, precise and punchy sound strikes a nearly perfect balance, and it elevates every movie and song we throw at it. This amplifier ticks all our boxes, with a sleek design, good feature set and outstanding performance, making it so easy to recommend. If you're looking at buying an amp at this level, then the Sony TA-AN1000 is a no-brainer. You will find all the links of these products in the description below. Comment below and tell us which AV receiver you were considering. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and share with your friends, and if you are new to the channel then subscribe and hit the bell icon for future updates.